Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, leader of Crescent Road gang, Mashi, charged. Police have charged an alleged gang leader following a shooting in Kingston in 2024. Charged is 31-year-old Dean Smith, otherwise called Mashi, a carpenter of Crescent Road, Kingston 13, and the Lilliput, St. James. Police say the alleged leader of the Crescent Road gang is facing charges of shooting with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and using a firearm to commit a felony. Reports from the Hunts Bay Police are that on September 6, 2024, about 11:40 p.m., a man was at the intersection of Crescent Road and Bowen Road when an altercation developed between him and Smith. Smith, who was armed with a firearm at the time, demanded the man to leave the area and return to his community. Whilst in the process of leaving, the complainant heard loud explosions behind him and immediately ran off in the Bowens Road direction. The complainant was not injured during the incident. A report was later made to the police, and on Wednesday, Smith was formally charged following a question and answer session. His court date is being finalized. No prison sentence for Westmoreland cabbie who caused the death of 5. A Westmoreland taxi operator who pleaded guilty to 5 counts of causing death by dangerous driving in connection with a fatal crash in 2023 has been given a non-custodial suspended sentence. 47-year-old Delroy Rodney, who is from a Belmont address, has also been prevented from obtaining and holding a driver's license for 3 years and fined $3 million in restitution, $500,000 each for the 5 deceased and a lone survivor. The sentence was handed down by Supreme Court Judge Justice Courtney Day in the Westmoreland Circuit Court on Thursday evening. Rodney had admitted to the charges on November 14 of last year. The 5 people who lost their lives in the crash are 15-year-old student Lavicia Forrester and her mother, 39-year-old Petrina Wallace, along with O'Neill Allen, his mother, 65-year-old Angela Samuel, and a 54-year-old Janet Thompson. Police reports are that on November 13, 2023, Rodney was driving a Toyota Voxy bus with 7 passengers on board when a vehicle in front reportedly slowed down, which resulted in Rodney swerving and colliding with a Shackman motor truck traveling in the opposite direction on the Bluefields main road in the parish. The passengers in the Voxy, which reportedly came to a stop in a tree, sustained serious injuries and were later pronounced dead at hospital. Rodney was arrested and charged by the police. He was later granted a $7 million bail bond by the court. During the last court date in November, Justice Day ordered a social inquiry report for Rodney and a victim impact statement from the relatives of the deceased. 2 men charged for stealing cylinders from their job. A truck driver assistant and a security guard have been charged by the police for stealing acetylene gas cylinders valued at over $300,000 from their employer. Steve Wilson, 44, of Central Harbor Village in St. Catherine, and the 32-year-old Dwayne McKenzie of 16 Helm Road in Kingston 20 are charged with simple larceny and a conspiracy to larceny. Their court date is being finalized. Reports from the Doheny Park Police are that about 11:29 p.m. on Monday, February 17, Wilson drove his private motor car onto the compound and went to an unauthorized area where acetylene gas cylinders are stored. He allegedly removed the 5 cylinders valued at $301,318 and placed them inside his motor vehicle without permission. He then drove off the compound with the assistance of Mackenzie, who was the guard on duty. All activities were captured on the company's CCTV camera system. Both men confessed to the crime after reviewing the footage that implicated them. The cylinders were recovered at the home of Wilson. Wilson and Mackenzie were taken into custody and were subsequently charged after a question and answer session in the presence of their attorney. Over 4,500 rounds of ammunition and 66 guns found in barrels at a port in Kingston. The authorities have made another major gun and ammunition bust at the Kingston Wharves. The police are reporting that a total of 66 guns and over 4,500 rounds of ammunition were discovered in 2 barrels at the port on Monday. The firearms include 50 handguns and 16 rifles. The discovery was reportedly made about 1:40 p.m. at the Kingston Logistics Center at the Newport West in St. Andrew by investigators from the Firearms and the Narcotics Investigation Division and the Jamaica Customs Agency, who intercepted a shipment from the United States. A Jamaican man, who is also an American citizen, who is believed to be behind the shipment, along with another individual, were arrested on Wednesday during a controlled delivery operation. The police say the arrest came as law enforcement intensifies efforts to dismantle gun smuggling networks supplying Jamaica's criminal underworld. The investigation continues. Man shot by police in Big Lane, Central Village, succumbs. The man who was on Tuesday shot by the police during an alleged confrontation in Big Lane, Central Village, St. Catherine, has died from his injuries. 29-year-old Alonda Douglas, otherwise called a Corpy, a plumber of Big Lane at Old Harbor Road in Spanish Town, passed away in hospital on Wednesday. The shooting is being investigated by the Independent Commission of Investigations. The police report that about 10:30 a.m. on Tuesday, February 18, a team was in the area conducting an intelligence-driven operation when the cops proceeded to the Big Lane community. The cops reportedly approached the premises and Douglas allegedly opened the fire at them. The police took evasive action and he was shot. The police reported the seizure of a Glock 19 pistol affixed with a magazine containing 2 rounds of ammunition. The injured man was assisted to the Spanish Town Hospital where he was admitted. He died the following day. Trainee policeman reportedly accidentally shoots himself at a police station in St. Catherine. The police high command has ordered an investigation into an incident at the Glengough police station in St. Catherine where a trainee constable reportedly accidentally shot himself. The injured trainee remains at the Spanish Town Hospital for treatment. It is reported that around 8:15 p.m. on Wednesday, the trainee placed his firearm on top of a motor car and proceeded to adjust his belt. While retrieving the gun, it reportedly fell to the ground and discharged, striking him. He was assisted to hospital where he remains admitted. Portmore supermarket ordered closed due to breach of public health regulations. Jong Supermarket on Newlands Road in Portmore, St. Catherine has been ordered closed by the Southeast Regional Health Authority due to non-compliance with the public health food handling regulations. In a letter dated February 19, St. Catherine's Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Francia Prosper Chen, said the closure will remain in effect until further notice. Speaking at the St. Catherine Public Health and the Sanitation meeting on Thursday, Councillor Anthony Wint raised the concerns about the storage of garbage at the establishment.
Jung Supermarket.
Yeah, man, speak.
That's the one on Newland Road. Yeah, man. It's quite visible that where they keep the garbage at the front, it breeds a lot of rodents and insects like roaches. And I'm just wondering if in your inspection those things were taken into consideration. But I think it's too close to the building and that these insect and rodents can migrate from where the garbage heap is at the front to inside the building.
Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.